Dania now.
It's Grant Dania.
The gold logie this year. Oh my God, it's Grant Dania.
And our mum, Chezzi Dania. She's really crazy.
It's all true.
It's All True, the podcast with Grant and Chezzi Dania.
Yeah, I'm really hyped up for today.
Hyped up today.
Yeah, really hyped up. I've even got the red lippy on, red nails.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the
Woo.
going out gear.
Yeah, I know. It's left over from the weekend.
She's still on a bender, everyone.
I'm not on a bender.
Go off. What did you get up to this weekend? Bit of a drink-a-thon, was it?
Well,
It was a
some of us
raise
are working.
money-a-thon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that.
We did a charity fundraiser in the beautiful town of Bathurst for a lovely cancer institute who does great things, and we raised $80,000 in this little old
They're
town.
still counting.
Still counting. Money's still coming in.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
For the town of Bathurst.
Yep.
Yeah. It's for their high cost drug fund. So there's lots of medications that help prolong life and make life a little more comfortable for lots of patients that have cancer, but it's not on the PBS and it's quite expensive. And so that money will go into, a drug fund, and it will basically help people afford the medication that they can't afford. So
These medications can be like thousands of dollars, and they're known to do great things at various stages of your treatment, like whether you're currently undergoing chemo or whether you're transitioning to out of cancer, like you're
in remission.
in remission.
Yeah.
And it can sometimes just extend people's lives. So families can have like an extra Christmas with their loved ones. So
And some of them can even last for up to an extra 5 years. So it's not affordable for many. So so we did a big fundraiser and it went off.
yeah, the biggest item there was Chezzi's nude cleaning service. So that was the biggest auction item. That one I put that one up.
Nobody purchased that
It's
one.
an amazing and thorough cleaning service.
Nobody purchased that one. No, one of the biggest items that went off was Grant's Family Feud board game.
Mate, I saw that. That is unreal. That actually, fun fact, went to one of my old school teachers.
Really?
The Deputy Premier of New South Wales used to be a PE teacher.
No way! I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did not know that.
The guy has been around. He's done his time in many different areas in society. So,
Wow.
Paul Toole, legend.
Yeah.
So
Well-
I wasn't expecting the Deputy Premier of New South Wales to buy my board game, and up front, I stood up there on stage holding this thing above my head, going, "This thing is like, you can't buy this. You can't buy this for less than $32 at Kmart." But somehow it still fetched $4,500. Like there was just this bidding frenzy.
And he got really excited, didn't he?
Yeah.
And Grant said, I'll come over and I'll host it at your house. And and his wife was going, no, that's enough now. That's enough. And he was,
It's just the fever of the
A few
charity
beers
event,
in and-
That's you whip the crowd up into a frenzy. You get them loaded on drinks, and then you hopefully hit them with enough heartwarming examples of what great work this place can do, and then everyone the money flowed. It was sensational.
yeah, it was really good. We also auctioned off some electric bikes. And Grant's big selling point was if you ride an electric bike, you will get more sex. Do you remember?
Yeah.
That's quite the claim.
Yeah.
There was about 10 men at the back who all went, okay.
Yep, they fell for it. I'll just stick in the book. And then I had to into the microphone, this may or may not be true. That was my legal disclaimer. But then I offered for anyone who's considering buying the bike, you should try before you buy, like I did with my wife. And you just take it for a ride around the venue.
Oh, gee.
Oh, my God. You
gotta
did
try
not
before
say
you buy.
that.
No, I didn't say that. I thought about it, but
I'm so glad you didn't say that. You
I wish I had
shithead.
said it.
So it was a big weekend. Yep. So it took us.
Sorry, I'm just going to, $80,000 and counting. That is such an amazing figure for a small community to put towards that charity.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah, it was. It was a really big effort.
It was it was a great feeling. And having sort of people that were benefiting from it. There were people there that work in the Daffodil Cottage, which is the organisation that what this was for. Yeah, unreal.
It was really, really nice. And there was lots of other fundraisers on at the same time, so we weren't expecting to get a huge amount. So we were blown away.
Yeah, I like being silly in my life and mucking around and making television that is pure escapism. That's it's just good fun. But it was nice to do something that helps someone else and changes a few lives or extends a few lives. Yeah, it was nice.
Very important.
Nice one.
We took Sunday down for her checkup. It's been 3 months since she's been in the brace, and we did an X-ray, and it's looking really good. The degrees, that's how they kind of measure how the hip's going. The degrees they've come down so much. She's now within 3 degrees of a normal hip.
So for those who are new to the podcast, little Sunday was born with basically her hip completely dislocated.
Yeah, her right hip
wasn't in the socket, so we've had to do a little procedure, and then she's been wearing this brace for quite a long time to try and
3 months
get
now.
it back into its position, and it's all looking good.
Yeah. So we were thinking that we were going to have an operation at 3. It's called an osteotomy, where they cut a little wedge out of the hip bone. But another 3 months now, we'll continue wearing the brace for as much as we can each day. And it looks like we might not need to do the operation, which is...
Oh, that's such good news.
Yeah, really, really, really good.
You've seen her, mate. Like, she gets around on the floor. She drags herself around with her upper body because she can't really use her little legs. She just drags them behind her. And then we had another little kid over the other day, and the other kid climbed onto her back and was like using her as a ride around the floor, like a little cowgirl. Whee!
I think we've said it before, but she is going to have the strongest upper body any kid that age could possibly have.
Yeah,
we're at that point where we're struggling to get toys out of her hands now, and she's pretty much stronger than me. So
putting her into the high chair is extremely difficult as well, because she's pretty tough. She's got strong hands, strong muscles, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's super strong.
Yeah, they're cute kids. You sound a bit nasally, Georgie.
I certainly do. Yeah, I was just explaining to you guys earlier that I've got myself a Vicks inhaler, clears a stuffy nose. It looks like a tampon.
It really does. Just leave it there and walk downtown and see what people think. It's a good look.
So if you want to check it out on the YouTube, you'll see me sniffing away at this bad boy. But yeah, I woke up on the weekend just having a bit of a clogged up throat, bit of a runny nose, but we're all good. It's not COVID. I've tested.
Oh, close, mate.
Yeah.
I'm well enough to do podcasting with you guys.
Oh, that's good.
You always sound good, mate. You'd be on your deathbed and still sound your best.
Yeah, and we don't let you have a day off, so...
No. You're not allowed.
You're not allowed. No matter how crook you felt.
We're going to rule this podcast with an iron fist. Lots of good feedback again this week. Everybody enjoying the potty.
Great reviews.
This one, I can't even see who it's from, but
I've sent it through to the boys' phones. So
JKW. I listen to heaps of podcasts and I love this one. You're all great and each brings something to the show. I always find myself smiling from ear to ear and laughing out loud. Thank you, JKW.
Oh, that's nice. George, can you read yours?
Yeah, this is a really cool username, by the way. This is TDYHFRYG. So that's brilliant. Her name's Rach, though.
Let's go with
5 out of
Rach.
5 stars. Love your podcast. I started listening when I had COVID because I needed something easy to listen to pass the time, and I'm now hooked. I've always loved Grant, but throw Chezzi into the mix and bam, success. Keep up the great work.
Oh, it's nice. TCJ 1989.
Why isn't anybody using catchy bloody names these days?
I don't know. Great podcast, 5-star, hilarious, and covers so many topics.
Sure doesn't. Mr. ZR1, very addictive. Few topics have resonated pretty deeply lately. My wife told me to listen to the podcast after the ADHD podcast. So after 40 years in business, I am going for an assessment.
Woo!
Breakthrough.
Thanks heaps for the laughs, the tears, and the company. Grant, last time I was behind the wheel of a Formula Ford was in 1990. Oh, wow. That's when I was banging around the back of the pits too as a youngster. I miss it so much, but my beautiful Scorpio wife, interesting that he used Scorpio as part of the description of his wife, because it does explain a lot. We have raised 2 awesome little humans, well worth the trade-off. Keep the laughs coming. John.
Aw,
Thanks, John.
that's nice, isn't it?
Formula
last
Ford.
but not least, I don't know, there might be a few more, but Chez 8811. It's so good, she says. 5 out of 5. Listen every day on my way to work and I can't get enough.
No.
This is the best podcast there is. One listen and you are hooked. Must check it out.
As in she must check it out, as in hasn't listened, just written a review.
Must.
But I must check it out.
Must check it out. It's like she's heard this review from someone and goes, yeah, must check it out. I'll review them.
That's good.
Yeah.
So she just goes around writing reviews to podcasts she hasn't heard, going, making us feel good, filling us full of like beautiful language at the top. You guys are awesome. Love it. I must check it out.
Yeah, second-hand reviewing, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hazelnut. Love it. 5-star. I love listening to this podcast while I complete mundane household tasks. Definitely makes doing school lunchboxes and dishes much more enjoyable, just like listening to Friends. Smiley face.
Like Friends, the TV show,
Yeah.
or like just Friends mates.
You're
Just
Chandler,
friends,
I'm
mate.
Ross, and you are Monica.
Phoebe Buffett. Oh, I beg your pardon. Monica?
Yeah, it depends how well your day's going.
How am I Monica? I am not Monica.
In your ADHD days, you were Monica.
Monica has OCD. I do not have OCD.
Bro, pretty similar stuff in there. Not OCD, but just that kind of manicness, like late.
Rachel
So,
is late. Monica's never late. Do you remember Monica's character? I only know this because I watched it.
she
like,
always
with,
yelled a lot, and that was familiar.
God, that is so offensive.
Hey, Grant.
I did never. know
Sorry.
that you'd
Yeah.
say-
Can you give us a how you doing down the barrel of the camera?
How you doing? I can't do Joey.
How you doing?
I was I did like Chandler.
You're a Chandler. I'd say you're a Ross.
Oh, see? Oh, this is interesting. Ross is the
What
nerdy
Friends
one.
character are you?
The neurotic, nerdy one.
No.
The least funny guy.
No, you're a mixture of all of them.
All in one. Well, see,
Yeah.
that's the makings of a really good show, isn't it?
It
When you
is,
can find
actually.
similarities in all the characters, either in traits that you have yourself or in your friends.
I probably should take the fact that you said I'm a Monica. Like, I should actually accept that, because if you remember last episode, I was described as hectic with a big heart. So
Is that why you're best friend?
Yeah.
Yes, that was from me.
So I don't know if yeah.
How did you go with the feedback about yourself?
Yeah, I'm still unpacking that. I actually feel like I was listening back and I was thinking to myself,
Did you think that they might have said
I-
different things?
no, I don't know what I thought. I kind of thought we would get through another season without doing my, chatting to my people. But anyway, it is what it is. And now the secret is out of the bag that I am the crazy one in this relationship. And
Oh,
you
hell
are-
yeah. What was that?
I know, but
I think we knew that beforehand.
Yeah.
yeah, but people who
Episode 1, Series 1.
People who don't know us very well, they always say, "Oh, Grant, he's so crazy. How do you put up with him?" And I just go along with it. And I say, "Yeah, he is."
Yeah, I'm not the crazy one. There can't be
No.
two crazy people in a relationship. It doesn't work. So I'm the timid, kind, patient, sweet,
Shy.
thoughtful, shy one. And you are the fill in the gaps.
Lovely,
Hectic,
gorgeous,
full on,
sexy,
sometimes crazy,
kind,
lunatic,
patient,
fun, wildcat.
loose. Yeah, okay. There you go. It's a good description. Yeah, I love it when the kids say, they go, "Don't have to take us to school today." And I'm like, yes, why? Because he's so slow. He gets in and he checks his mirrors and he checks his seatbelts. Everybody check their seatbelts. They're like, you start driving before anyone's put their seatbelts on.
Crazy.
Take off before the kids have even closed their doors.
Yeah. Get in the car. All right. So moving on. We don't need to talk about me. Grant is going on a trip, George. Okay. He's going on a trip this week and he's going to
Rockhampton.
Yeah. No.
No.
Coming to see me? Oh, okay.
No.
Where are you going, Grant?
Oh, I'm going to Queensland. So it's sort of
Yeah.
crossing the Simpson Desert. This week. So
On a motorbike.
Yeah.
Right?
So-
On a motorbike.
Bit of an adventure.
in the middle of Australia, the big Simpson Desert, which is about 2,000 sand dunes long. So it's and I'm on my motorbike with my mate Adrian.
Adrian has been wanting to do this for a long time.
Normally four-wheel drives do it. Occasionally, sometimes people do it in bikes, but they usually have like a support vehicle carrying, fuel, spares, your sleeping bags, your tents, your whatever, survival gear,
They have a lot.
first aid kit.
Now, Grant,
It's just us.
Grant
on our motorbike
likes-
with none of that.
Grant likes to have everything, sorted in the last 2 days before he leaves, and then it's a mad panic. I am not confident with what they're taking away, but I have no idea.
Mate,
So what are you taking? Yeah.
Not a lot.
we're taking a hip flask with some 13-year-old scotch in it. So that's
You're
it'll-
stuffed, man. You're
Mate,
stuffed.
brother, look, I could carry it and look like I was a camel crossing the desert with all this stuff on it, or I could
Yeah.
just be living free, just me and my motorbike, and the scotch keeps me warm at night, so I don't need like a tent or a sleeping bag. Or if I fall off and break a bone, I just drink the scotch to take the pain away. It's a one.
Drink the scotch.
It fixes
You could
everything.
collect things on the way up too from different pit stops. You could gather your needs, right?
Yeah, exactly.
No, they can't. They can't because they've got tiny little bikes and they're riding across sand.
Well, they're not.
so
You make
they-
it sound like we're riding like trikes, like little kids' bikes. They're not tiny little bikes.
PW50.
I mean,
They are adventure bikes.
Have you ridden on sand before?
No, I have not.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's really difficult.
So
And the dune we have to cross first is the biggest dune in the southern hemisphere. So it's called Big Red. It's a monster.
I think he's crazy. Okay. Which is a lot for me to call him crazy.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that too a little bit.
So I've lined up a secret guest who does this kind of crap all the time, and I'm not going to let you look at who
Crap?
it is. Yeah.
What are you talking about? Are we calling them now?
Yes.
Okay. It's not crap. It's bloody Burke and Wills. Would you say what they did was crap? Well, they died. Bad example. Who is this mystery caller?
I'm not going to tell you.
I feel like this is on The Masked Singer. It's Prime Minister?
Hello.
Hi, it's Chezzi, Grant, and George from It's All True podcast. Who have we got
nice.
on the line?
It would be Toby Price, two-time Dakar winner.
Yay! The flying mullet. Yay!
The flying mullet. That's it. How we doing, Grant?
Good, mate. Oh, my God. This is an awesome surprise. You're my bloody hero. Shit.
Mate, unreal.
I feel like I'm talking to like God himself because, mate, if there's no one greater on two wheels than you, my man. And
Grant's just gone bright red.
it's like
It's just gone.
He's gone bright red. Now,
I wish I was there. I wish I was there to see this now. So,
I'll take plenty of photos and I'll send it on to you, Toby. Toby
perfect.
is overseas at the moment. He has just competed in a race, haven't you?
yeah. I just been following on Instagram. You're doing trophy truck stuff over in America, yeah?
Yes, correct. Yeah, so we're over here for the Vegas to Reno race in a trophy truck. Unfortunately, didn't go to planned too well, but with motorsport racing, things break and things go wrong. But we're actually we're gonna get ready for a flight to come back home to Australia tomorrow. So it's not too much longer here, so it should be good. But I hear you've got a bit of an adventure coming up pretty soon, Grant.
Mate, crossing the Simpson Desert. It's a place you know well because I know that you've won the Fink Desert Race, which is nearby. How many times?
8 times now, so 6 on the bike and 2 on the truck.
Far out.
So you're the best possible person to inspire me to go on this trip because
Hold on.
What?
He hasn't ridden on sand before, Toby. Is he mad?
A little bit, yeah, but we're all a little bit mad to be riding two wheels, that's for sure. So I'll happily take him into the club with us being mad. That's all right.
Look, mate, I've done a fair bit of dirt biking my whole life since I was, 7, like a lot of people. We've got a little Pee-wee 50 but sand is like it's a completely different kettle of fish. And let's not mince words, right? I could die out there. I might never come back. If I get lost, I'm not going to have enough fuel or water to survive. So, how do I ride on sand?
Mate, the strangest thing to say is that momentum is your friend. So the faster you go in the sand, the easier it is to stay on top of it and keep moving and keep your weight back a little bit off that front wheel. So, yeah, but unfortunately, when you start adding more speed, the crashes become a little bit bigger and they hurt a little bit more. But, mate, I've got full faith in you. I reckon you've got it covered. So you'll just you'll get through and you'll probably be lining up next to me at Dakar pretty soon.
So let me get this right. I've never ridden on sand. We've got 2,000 dunes, and your only answer is to go faster.
That's about it. That's momentum is your best friend. But no, that's the thing. It's just just trying to keep that speed up and everything and move along and and stay up on your feet as much as possible in the sand. It just kind of let the bike float around underneath you and let it kind of, just chase it a little bit and you should be all pretty good. But as long as you've got all the right gear on, mate, I think you'll be pretty much sorted and ready for a great adventure out there. So it's, nothing better than the old Simpson Desert, that's for sure.
We've got all the right gear, mate. Now, just tell me if this philosophy is right. So in case I come a cropper and I come off and hurt myself, I'm taking some scotch. And in case I freeze to death at night time, I'm also taking some scotch. So is this a good philosophy?
I think that's a pretty good philosophy right there. A scotch will keep you warm at night, and I'm pretty sure it'll drown away a little bit of the pain. But, yeah, please don't do that. It's the injuries are not any fun. But, I'm pretty sure you'll be good, mate. It's like I say, hopefully you've got a bit bigger bike than a Pee-wee 50 now, but...
He's got a Pee-wee 80.
I can't reach the ground on anything else.
But no, you'll be good. It's like that's it. There's no better place than out in the middle of Australia and all the Simpson Desert and everything. So it's good times and good fun out there. So you will definitely enjoy it.
I think you'll know the answer to this. And a lot of people look at, blokes like us going, why would you even want to? You could be lost forever. No one could find you. You could hurt yourself and there's no one to come and help you. Mate, you've done Dakar, which is the wildest, most extreme, long, painful, but exhilarating dirt race that you could do, on the face of the planet. Explain what you get out of it. Why do you love it so much? Like, why are we sane in doing something so extreme?
I think it's just the adrenaline rush and that feeling of being like, I guess, one with the bike. It's you could be having all the problems in the world, but as soon as you throw your leg over a motorcycle, if you don't have a clear head for riding a motorcycle, then it does become quite difficult. So it's I don't know. Yeah, I spend a lot of time on my own out in the desert, and sometimes that's where I'm content and pretty happy to be. And riding my motorcycle and try and go as fast as I can. So it's just another one of those things that everyone's always got that bucket list and they want to tick things off. And Dakar was one of those ones for me, and the Simpson Desert was always one for wanting to get off the list as well. So it's always I think it's just we always just want to try and set challenges that we like to tackle a little bit and. Hopefully we overcome those fears of getting across it.
Yeah, mate, as I'm being lowered down into the ground when I'm an old man, hopefully an old man, hopefully not in like 2 weeks, but if I'm being lowered into the ground, I don't want to look back and go, gee, I wish I had done that. I want to make sure I squeeze every bit out of life because I reckon life is a gift and you should treat it as such. Yeah,
100%. That's it. It's... That's always the way. I always want. I'm pretty much in the same way. I always want to hang my helmet up and know that I gave 100% and always chase those goals and dreams that I wanted to do and not look back on my past and go, geez, I wonder if I'd done that, if it would have been something different. And I grab both opportunities with both hands and just run with it. And sometimes, just hope for the best and see if it pans out for me.
Hey, Toby, Grant is going without a support crew. He's doing it just with his mate. Yeah. Poor.
Well, that's not the response I was hoping for.
Yeah.
Is
he
long
crazy?
As he's going with his mate, that's all good. That's it's definitely, that's crazy without a support crew for sure. It's I'm sure there's going to be plenty of good adventures and stories to tell from this one, but I'll definitely be keeping an eye on the old Instagram and seeing the updates along the way. So I'm excited to see this one.
Mate, well, if I
You're worried now.
If I've stopped posting for about a week, can you send a chopper out with a tracker and come and find me, because it means I haven't returned?
No worries, mate. I'll definitely come looking for you, no problem. So I'll make sure I click Top Gear and we'll head out that way and make sure we get to you pretty quick.
Do you need to, when you're doing these sand rides, do you need to be able to have a bit of a brain like a mechanic to be able to fix your bikes?
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit what they say now these days. The young generation, it's hashtag bush mechanic.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I seem to have claimed that one a little bit with a Dakar story, trying to keep a tyre on with some zip ties and everything like that. So sometimes you've got to think outside the box and try and get things moving again on the track. But it's hopefully the plan is you always go through and have no issues and no problems. But I guess then that might turn into a little bit of a plain old trip, sometimes a bit of excitement along the way of having to try and fix something and get a brake pedal back on the bike with a couple of sticks or something like that and make a brake little lever out of a stick or a spanner or something. It always makes a good story.
What about filling your fuel tank with scotch? How would that go?
Yeah, if you have one 5-litre tank on the left side for fuel and one 5-litre tank for the scotch on the right side, I think, you should be pretty good. But just hopefully it's not right near the exhaust, or otherwise a hot scotch might not go down too well.
No, but it'll keep me warm for a couple of minutes. There's no doubt about that.
It'll definitely keep you a lot warmer, that's for sure.
Is the reception any good out there?
Unfortunately, probably not too well. No, once I camp down the Fink end, there's no reception. But hey, the views that you can look up into the sky and see all them stars, mate. It's good to have that phone turned off for a little bit, as long as you're all in one piece and safe. That's the main goal.
Yeah, you know what? That's exactly what it is. I'm really looking forward to. Look, let's face it, people suck. So to be as far away from people as possible.
Hang on a second. You told me that you didn't need a support crew because there's plenty of people coming through the desert at all times.
I said that to you to make you feel comfortable. I lied.
Well, I need to up your life insurance. Again.
Just want to be out there under those stars, just watching satellites and shooting stars fall to the ground, have like a nice experience with Mother Nature, just the man against the elements. Mate, it's just back to raw basics. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, 100%. That's it. It's always sometimes good to disconnect from the world a little bit sometimes and, have that adventure and get away from the technology for a little while and, appreciate the small things in life. So it's, it's definitely one of those places out there. You're definitely going to have plenty of time to, sit and watch them stars and watch them satellites, that's for sure.
And I reckon, in this day and age where we're all pretty mindful about, the mental health discussion and the pressures of life, they can build up inside all of us. Sometimes you've got to have something to look forward to. Sometimes you've got to go and push yourself a little bit or take yourself far enough away that you can have a big mental reset. Do you always feel better after you've done, one of these trips or a big race or something like that?
Yeah, 100%. There's, like I say, Dakar is one race. It does scare me a little bit, but there's always, if you're not living a little bit scared, you're not living like on the edge a little bit and trying to explore life a little bit. So once that race is pretty much done, I love to go for a reset and go out and hang out with some friends and go camping and just get away from it all and relax a little bit. So it's, if you're not living on the edge a little bit, then you're not really kind of living at all sometimes.
Oh, it's good advice. Is there anything that he should pack that you think he might have, overlooked for this trip? Because he's...
I would just say as long as he's got enough, little bit extra fuel on board, because, you might just find you might go for a little detour somewhere and want to go and see another spot that you didn't quite plan on. And, I think the onboard fuel, but then... make sure you take plenty of spare jocks, mate, because I'm pretty sure you're going to, have a few moments out there. You might go close to, following through with a bit of soil and some jocks, so you'll take some spare ones.
And some extra toilet paper. What about flares?
And some extra toilet paper, 100%, yeah.
Flares and a beacon.
You want me flares the pants or
No.
flares that you shoot into the sky?
You shoot into the sky.
Oh.
I don't know
There's
what
no one to
we're-
see it. There's no one to see the flares out there. Oh, shit. I'm really looking forward to this, mate. And this is such a pleasure to chat to you because, you know, I've watched you for years and I'm such a massive, massive fan because watching you on a bike is one of the most beautiful things that you can see. You know, it's as an athlete, you are supreme. You know, you're one of the bravest son of a bitches I've ever met. Why are you so much better than everyone else on those bikes? When the best of the best riders from the world go to Dakar and you absolutely just kill them.
I don't know. I think just sometimes there's not too much connecting between the ears. Sometimes I think that's about the only thing for me, really. I just love going full in top gear and going wide open. So it's it's just a lot of time on the bike. And what have I been now? 32 years basically riding bikes. So it's it's been a bit of a long life dream of wanting to race bikes full time and being able to achieve that and everything. But it's there's no better feeling than going wide open, full gas through the desert. So it's it definitely feels like home for me at that speed.
I have seen it go wrong. There was a couple of Dakars ago where you came off the bike at speed and you were pretty dazed, and I think had you wandered off from your bike a bit?
A couple of times I have actually. I don't recall them. I don't remember half of them, but the one in Dakar was at 2020, I think it was. That I smashed all my shoulder up, and I was a little dazed. I don't remember seeing none of the crew and the boys there. And then my other big crash I had in 2013 over here, actually in the States. When I broke 3 vertebrae in my neck, I apparently just got up on my feet and started wandering around, and I was actually trying to find my GoPro because obviously I was wanting to try and see the crash that I had, and I don't recall any of it. So it's I think I've had a few too many knocks to the head sometimes, but I still enjoy it, still love riding bikes, and there's no better feeling.
Well, that's awesome.
that is so good.
All
That
right.
is so good.
Lucky I'm taking a GoPro so I can
Yeah.
make sure if I do stacks, there's evidence. There's evidence.
There's evidence of it there somewhere, 100%.
You're a legend. Thank you so much, Toby. I know it's like nearly midnight over there, and he set his alarm to wake up and do this just to rib you, Grant.
Oh, you're a bloody superstar.
Nah, love it. Unreal. I can't wait to watch it on the socials when you get back, mate. So enjoy the experience and have fun out there and be safe. And hopefully one day we'll get to go and do some riding in the desert somewhere together.
You're on. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate you making the effort. Thanks so much.
Toby.
Epic. No worries, Grant.
See ya.
Enjoy. Cheers, guys.
See ya,
Thank
mate.
you. See ya.
Yeah.
What a legend.
I think the fact that he went, whoa, because you're not taking a support crew.
Yep, I heard that too.
I think that we should get Adrian on the phone. I think we should ring Adrian now, and I
Jesus.
think you should tell
Adrian's
Adrian.
my mate that we're riding
Yeah, and I have not organised a phone call with.
with. Maybe
but
I might have to tell him not to take the whole barrel of scotch, and maybe we should take some other implement.
I reckon that we call him.
Oh shit! All right, well, this is getting a bit, buddy. This is a bit serious.
It's not serious.
Look, just because he said he broke bloody 9 vertebrae doesn't mean it's dangerous.
Not at all.
Hey.
Hi, Adrian. We're recording our podcast. Can we have a very quick chat with you live?
Sure.
On the podcast.
I know you're a busy man,
Yes.
so can you take our call?
Oh, look, I got about 30 seconds. Is that all it takes?
Yes, it will.
Hey, mate.
Great.
Bad news. We just had Toby Price on, which was a nice little surprise that my wife organised for me. However, his reaction when we said we were going alone unsupported was a little, how shall I say, disturbing. He seemed shocked.
He travels with a helicopter and a truck. Of course he was shocked.
Yeah, he was shocked.
But maybe he travels with a helicopter and a truck for bloody good reason.
We'll be right, mate. We've got some water.
And some scotch.
I've already told him about the scotch.
Yeah.
It's okay.
We've heard all about the scotch. Adrian,
Did he have any good advice?
He did. He said, go flat out.
Yeah, he goes. Because I said I've never ridden really in sand before and I know it's really hard. What should I do? He just said go faster, which, doesn't quite make sense.
Yeah. So we need
Did he say whiskey throttle?
No, I don't know.
No, but
what
whiskey was the solution to a lot of our problems. Broken bones, running out of fuel, cold at night.
Adrian, how excited are you?
Oh, look, out of 10, probably an 11.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I could tell.
Same as Grant. You know, he's wearing his motorbike, actually, they're my socks. He's wearing my ski socks at the moment. He's been trying all his stuff on.
No, but they're nice and high. They come up to my knee to protect me from my boots. I know you're excited, Adrian, because you started packing a month ago. So
That's it. Oh, the food will be rotten, but I'm still excited. It's all packed. Yeah. It's do you say lean back? Any other?
He did. He said lean back, get the weight off the front wheel, and he said the faster you go, the easier it is.
And stand up in your pedals or something.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
So we got the steg pegs will help. He did say though, the faster you go, the easier it is, but the harder that it hurts when you come off.
Yeah, it's sand. It's sand. It'll be fine.
Yeah. How much sand riding have you done, Adrian?
Are you talking like meters?
Right. Okay.
No, I think we're hoping for years. Not
how
meters.
much? Can I just ask? How much sand is there to go through?
It's a bloody desert.
Yeah, I know, but how many days?
500 kilometres.
Yeah.
1,000 sand dunes.
2,000 sand dunes, my friend.
True, if you're coming back, yes.
No,
So,
isn't it? It's 2,000 across, isn't it? 2,000 sand dunes.
1,000.
Oh, right.
1,000.
Okay, so it's 2,000 in
So
total.
about every 500 metres you go over one.
Yeah,
Okay, right. Have you guys gone over a sand dune before?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, so what's the closest to sand riding that you've done?
What is it, the M4? Or is that, what's that? Highway?
Oh, my God.
Walking to the water when we're at the beach.
Right, okay. All right, thanks, Adrian. We'll pack extra flares and a emergency beacon.
And the flares to go with Grant's socks. No, they might get stuck in the chain.
Yeah, exactly.
You two are just going to laugh
Pee-wee 80.
yourselves out of danger, aren't you?
No,
She'll be right.
We'll be fine, mate. It's all good. And look, at the end of the day, buddy, look, Chezzi can always marry someone else, and look, she'll find a really good father for my children. So it's going to be fine, brother.
Yeah.
Going to be fine.
Toby, because he has a support crew.
Oh, that's great.
All right, good luck, boys.
All
Enjoy
right,
it.
I look forward to hearing about some more advice from old TP.
Yep.
He said pack lots of undies because you'll shit yourself.
Yeah, he did actually say that.
Winner. What a champ.
See you, mate.
All right.
Bye.
See you guys. Bye.
Are you worried now? Because how would you explain your relationship with Adrian?
Well,
Adrian's like the me in the relationship, isn't he?
what is he? Well, hang on. What do you think we get up to out
No,
there?
I mean,
Brokeback bloody dirt bike riding.
No, I mean like he's the crazy fun,
okay,
out there,
yeah.
real positive, like you can do it, and you're the.
He has a blind faith in his ability, right? So he has no understanding of when he's attempting something that is beyond his skill level. He does not have that register.
Yeah.
Which is fun to watch when you're behind that person because you watch them make all the mistakes, so then you don't make the mistakes. But he also doesn't factor in all the things that can go wrong.
Right.
He doesn't have that side of his brain. So
that's where you step in.
I go, bro, this ain't worth going down this steep cliff that we're about to ride down, which is full of slippery rocks, for instance.
And how do you communicate that when you're on a bike?
He doesn't listen anyway, so I just watch him go first and then fall down the hill.
And tell him after.
And then go, bro, I told you.
So this is the friend, can I say, who pretty much every time we've ever gone away with them always injures himself. So
He does too.
he was the one when we went on the boat down at Moema. Houseboat. He wanted to be the first person going on the
wake skate.
Thank
which
you
is like
for finishing my sentences.
That's all right. I knew you were never going to get there.
I was trying to.
It's like a wakeboard. Yep.
It's like a weird looking thing, and he tried to ride it, and then sliced his hand open and had to go to hospital and have it stitched up. And
yeah, it was pretty deep.
And that was in a river.
Yeah, that was in a river.
Yeah,
A flat river with no waves.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then,
gosh.
and it was so funny though, because when he got his hand stitched up, I then called it the handgina because it really looked like a vagina on the hand. It was hilarious.
It did actually.
And not only that, like the doctor who did it had been on Family Feud and had won a car on Family Feud. So the doctor's chatting to me, like turning
Not
around,
looking at
not
where
looking
he's
at where he's
stitching.
doing the stitching, and Adrian was getting so frustrated that he was going to do a bad job. He's like, "Back to me! I'm the bloody patient. Look what you're doing. Look at what
Yeah.
you're doing." So funny.
It was hilarious. So this is who you're going away with.
Yep.
Who's in charge of mapping the areas that you...
Adrian.
Right.
Yep.
What are you in charge of?
Scotch.
Oh,
I just bring the vibes. Yeah, I bring the I bring the vibes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's the planning guy. Like he's overly excited, and from a long time ago to the point where it was pretty annoying, to be honest. Like I wasn't really keen on talking about what we're going to pack like 2 months ago, but he was.
and now you are keen. And how little can you take? Like for people listening who don't understand, like how little?
We have 6 liters of water.
Right.
We have a couple of pairs of
What's the
underwear.
weight limit on your bike?
I don't know. We're taking a tiny, tiny sleeping bag that is as thin as a tissue.
And how cold does it get?
It's a desert. It gets into the minuses overnight.
Yeah, I was surprised. Did you know that, George? When we did
That it gets cold in the desert. Yeah.
freezing cold, like freezing cold. When
You're going to have to utilise, I think, human temperature, like body heat, Grant.
No, I would rather die alone in my own sleeping bag
Oh, that's so funny.
than risk our friendship and my masculinity.
Oh my God. That's
Find a
a
camel.
a
Hey, do you want to
vision I
huddle up
can't
with
get
me?
out.
Yeah,
What
a
else
couple
are you
dingoes
taking?
out there I could snuggle up to.
How many pairs of socks?
2,
How many pairs of undies?
3.
Now 4, 5? Since talking to Toby.
And then I've got some dehydrated food that we can sort of eat
And
while we're
gel
out there.
food, like astronaut food.
Yeah.
Their food, for how many days in the desert?
4, 3.
Their food
Holy smokes.
is about the size of an A4 piece of paper.
You're going to be a twig when you come back.
That's a lot of riding.
There's a lot of riding. Yeah, big days.
Yeah.
But mate, look,
Adventure.
bucket list item. If you haven't been out and sampled what this great country has to offer, then you don't know what you're missing. It's the best country in the world.
It is beautiful.
And it's got so much variety of landscapes, from the north, south, east, the west. So we're going right bang in the middle. Yeah, deserts. Crossing that many, sand dunes, it's going to be a little monotonous.
Didn't think about doing it in a car?
Well, I suggested that to Adrian. No.
Right.
No, he wanted to do it on a bike.
Okay.
Adrian obviously has issues with his own masculinity where he feels that he has to do these adventurous things to feel whole, to feel like a man. I guess, well, he's got a desk job that he does very well at, but, he needs to get out into the wilderness. Otherwise, he's an unpleasant person to be around.
Well, I think we'll leave that up to his wife. And once they went to Winnipeg, and went on. Did you go? Is that what it was called?
Oh, Wyoming.
And
America.
they went on the ski. What are those things? Ski, like the big motorbike
Snow
things.
bikes.
Snow bikes. Yeah.
So there's people that have got dirt bikes and they put tracks on them, like a ski on the front and a track on
and
the
they
back.
did an adventure like that. And
We'd never ridden them. And we get over there and the bloke in America goes, yeah, man, there's bloody thousands of kilometers out there. You just go and ride wherever you want. Just be careful, though. A couple of dudes just rode off a cliff. They didn't see it in the white snow and they died.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Because you can't see very far in front of you. So
And how did you go with that experience? Were you sort of getting the hang of it when you first started?
No, we fell off 1,000,000 times. And then, I thought it was the worst thing ever. And then suddenly just clicked. It's it's going to be similar to sand. It does your head in until you just, for whatever reason, it just starts to work.
You might get to the 999th sand dune and go, yeah, I've got the hang of this now.
Finished.
The last one.
Only one good dune crossing. Nah, I think, yeah.
So how do you get your car? If you leave your car at one point and then ride your bike through the desert.
And then we turn around and ride back to the car.
Right. But if you really don't like it, then you can hitch a lift with someone from one side of the desert to the other, or does it not work like that?
Well, hitch a lift. Well, I hope if they've got a spare seat, but then I've got to leave my bike behind, or...
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
I don't know how it's going to pan out, and that's part of the joy.
I don't know either. I don't know. Well, sorry, we're losing you now.
Yeah.
Tapped out, already on holiday.
Your face went bright red when Toby Price.
Oh, I thought, hey, say something cool, GD. Say something cool.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Mr. Price.
I love you. The flying
love you.
mullet.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, do you know, every year, Grant and Adrian, they sit like two little Larry losers watching Dakar, like with Go Toby shirts on. I should have said that. I should have embarrassed you.
Yeah, we've got his merch.
They've got his merch.
Well, there's not many sports in this day and age that is truly gladiator-like, where they every minute have the potential to die, like Dakar. On a bike, in a car, it's not as dangerous, but on bikes, and it's gobsmackingly wild.
Have you ever met him? No.
Yeah, I have briefly. Loveliest bloke ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a huge crush on him.
Well, we could tell. You went all bright red.
I've never seen you starstruck before.
No, I know.
That was pretty cool.
You guys were like, all over my bloody, my rosy cheeks, but thank God no one saw my erection.
Oh. That's so wrong.
Glad the cameras didn't pan down.
Oh my God. Before we go, because I know that we are running out of time, I wanted to ask your comments about a news story that popped up that I don't know, just really annoyed me about Joan of Arc, right? I don't know if you've seen
Oh,
this.
so it's a current day story.
No. You're so funny.
What was she in the news for today?
No, so there's a production company that's putting on a play about Joan of Arc. It's called I, Joan. And they've decided to make Joan of Arc a non-binary character.
Oh, God.
And I don't normally enter into this kind of stuff, but I saw that.
This feels very dangerous, this topic.
And I saw that, and I don't know whether it's because I grew up kind of, looking at Joan of Arc, thinking that she was, a woman to kind of look up to because she, took on the men and she held her own. I just feel, I don't know, I felt a bit upset.
Say why?
Well, I've read a couple of interviews because they've received a lot of backlash, and I've read a couple of interviews with the head of the production company who said, why can't we? It's a conversation starter, and why can't we create, this storyline because, we don't know if she was non-binary or not.
Why can't you just do it to one of the many men that were massive warlords and warriors that were successful?
But
Change one of them non-binary. The thing that it's just very difficult because I'm a man and I don't know what I'm talking about and I don't want to offend anybody. But that's what made her such an extraordinary achievement. Is she kicked ass.
Yeah.
But she was, a proud woman. And, as a dad who's raising a couple of girls, I'd love them to read about her going, wow, she's limitless. I can be limitless.
That's exactly my point. And so some of the people who have come out and they're outraged, like J.K. Rowling's and a few other very strong feminine types, some of them are staunch feminists. I'm not, a staunch feminist. But I grew up looking up to characters like Joan of Arc, thinking that, if they could stand up for what they believed in, and if they could look, let's face it, she was burnt at the stake at 19, and that's horrific.
Gosh, she only 19.
Yeah.
Wow.
But she was incredible. And I don't know, I was reading powerful female stories the other night with Scout, and Joan of Arc was one of the one of the women that are written about and, talking about her story. And I felt like by making her a non-binary character, it just takes away some of that, power for being a woman. And yeah.
Does it also, I totally see that, but does it also, by making Joan of Arc non-binary, does it make Joan of Arc, a person to look up to for all, not just women in this production?
I don't know. It feels like it's diluting the strength of the story, because men are overrepresented historically. We're overrepresented in power. We're overrepresented in business. We're overrepresented in governance. This is a great example, that half the population can be represented by. Like, why diminish that? Why take that bit of specialness away from her incredible story? But these...
I know it's hard for you to look. These are just some of the comments and stories.
I'm a voice for this sort of stuff, though, because it's.
Well, this is.
I'm not qualified or equipped.
I'm not qualified either, and I have no issue with anybody who feels that they are non-binary. I've no issue whatsoever. But this is, I feel, kind of changing history a little bit. I mean, they're saying that it's a play, so it's, they can make up whatever they like.
It's not a historical document, it's a play.
I do get that, but, just, I don't know, like these are some of the comments, from some of the articles right around the world, because it has sparked a lot of outrage. For generations, this story has captured imaginations of young girls and women, as I was saying. Both, this represents something important, something inspiring, the notion that a woman can be every bit equal to a man in her scope and ambition, that womanhood is not a permanent state of weakness or victimhood, that women can determine their own destinies, even if that doesn't always go according to plan. And the female gender is vitally important part of this story. It's what makes her a female icon. You take that away and you dilute her power.
Is this just some little suburban interpretation? This little suburban play?
No,
or is this
like a big London production.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's obviously why it's fired everybody up.
And it has. And there's lots and lots of people who have complained. And yeah, I just wondered if you, well, I guess it's hard because you're men, but, I'm not really very happy about it, and I don't normally buy into this stuff.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
But I did say that to you the other day. I just feel like, she's one of those essential characters that, as I said, I looked up to.
Was it a male or a female who decided that they would adjust the gender?
Does it matter? Because he's... Or it is
if it was a dude, I'd feel like, bro, I don't know if that's your place to change her from a chick to a non-binary character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If a woman decided it and saw the value in there, and that, I thought, well, okay. Look, but at the end of the day, I am a white, middle-aged, heterosexual man, so this is...
With your head very much in the desert and, like, still feeling all flutters from Toby Price. Yeah. Look, I just... There's very few really powerful, strong female characters that, that... I don't know, that I kind of aspired to be like when I was growing up. And Joan of Arc, I don't know whether it was because I went to a Catholic school or... She was definitely one of those.
Yeah, and it's the same in politics, Sometimes we have, a strong female leader and then they get knifed in the back and removed from office. We've had that as well. Like, it's just...
Yes. I was only saying to you the other day, wasn't I, about Parliament House and working at Parliament House and how that new report came down about bullying and...
sexist
behavior comments and it hasn't changed since I worked there. And so, how the hell did Gladys, survive all of that being a female to rise above?
Yeah, no, I just feel like we should be celebrating them more rather than neutralising them anyway. Tough.
It's a good conversation starter.
Great way to finish a podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leaves us questioning.
It does.
Wanting more.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Grant's he's ready. You're all ready for your trip now?
No,
Yeah.
I've realised now I'm going to have to carry a hell of a lot more. Safety
I can
equipment.
see it ticking over in his brain.
Jeez, how heavy is this bike going to be now?
Can I just say your face when I was like, he's not going with a support crew, and his reaction was, "Whoa."
No, I think he meant poor. This guy is tough. I think that's what he's for.
Yeah, this
man.
guy's a king.
This guy, he's doing it old school. He's legit. He's like the Bear Grylls of motorbike riding. That's what he was thinking. He was like, "Whoa, I wish I was that awesome." That's
Yeah.
what
Coming
Toby-
from Toby, that's pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
Mind you, nice to know he does have a helicopter in case I do get lost. Yep.
classic.
We'll just lay down on the ground and we'll just mark an X using our bodies on the ground.
All the best, GD.
Yeah.
Sending
Thank you,
love
mate.
and every bit of hope and prayers you need.
Yeah. Nah, we'll be okay.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You've got a satellite phone, though, don't you?
Yes, we do. Yep.
Yeah.
We're hiring one from Birdsville. Yep. From the pub there.
Righto.
Yep. If
And we'll do our next podcast, from the desert or...
Probably.
with the rescue party. Yep. We'll be just all, well, we're over the 57th June now. Still no sign of Grant and Adrian.
Yes, this is going to be very interesting. Yep. Tune in
Good
next
luck.
week to see if they make it back.
Oh, God, that's grim.
Yeah, it is
But
grim.
Great
Okay.
cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Whoa, good forward
Queen of
sell.
hooks.
Thank you.
All right, guys, wish me luck.
Woohoo!
Good luck, GD.
You'll be right. You'll be
If
fine.
not, please make sure my children see out their education and someone walk it down the aisle when they get married. Take them to their graduation.
Yep.
Let them know I love them.
As we go on, we remember.
That time when we shouldn't have gone to the desert.
I love it how Adrian's like, did he give you any tips? Did he give you any tips?
He's got no idea either how to ride in the sand.
Well, we gathered that when I said, how much have you ridden in the
Can I
sand?
just put on the record that I said to Adrian, I think this is a bad idea?
Yeah, okay. Well,
Okay? So, on the record.
I'm feeling like a sense of deja vu right now. I don't know. Is that good or is it bad?
Nah, it's good.
It's good.
We've made the universe saying that we've made the right decision.
Yeah, great. Woohoo!
Thank you, universe. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, George.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, guys. Love you all.
Love you.
Bye.
It's All True, the podcast with Grant and Chezzi Denya.
Bye bye. See you next time.